Are you looking to save money and enjoy a delicious, nutritious snack that your kids will love? Say hello to homemade hummus. In this video, we're back in the kitchen to show you just how easy and budget-friendly it is to whip up your own creamy, delicious hummus at home. Have you ever wondered how much cheaper homemade hummus is than the store-bought version? Are you curious about how this simple dip can transform veggies into something that your kids will love? Well, stay tuned because today we will be revealing the secrets to delicious homemade hummus. Hey there, I'm Andrea and welcome back to the channel where we help busy moms spend less time in the kitchen and more time doing what they love. Today I'm going to be walking you through a very simple, beginner-friendly hummus recipe. Hummus is an amazing snack. It's something that a lot of kids really like. It helps them to get excited about eating veggies. And it's really pretty easy to make at home. And there are a lot of benefits to making it at home. For one thing, you can control the quality of the ingredients. And for another, it's so much cheaper. I mean, like a little thing of hummus at the grocery store costs like $5. And I think all of these ingredients here cost $4. And I'm gonna make so much more hummus with it. So to get started, we're gonna need a few things. First, you're gonna need a food processor, or I have a high-powered blender here. This is my Ninja. You're going to need some extra virgin olive oil. You're going to need some lemon juice. I like to use freshly squeezed. You're going to need some sea salt. You're going to need some garlic, some cumin, a little bit of cayenne, and some chickpeas or garbanzo beans. Oftentimes, I will make this recipe. I'll use dried beans that I've actually cooked from scratch, and that makes it even cheaper. But I'm not doing that today because it's a little bit faster and a little bit easier to do it from canned. But if you would like to see a tutorial on how to cook dried beans from scratch, go ahead and drop a comment down below. And that way I know you'll want to see that tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is, since we are using canned beans, we're going to want to rinse those really well. In fact, I recommend rinsing them 3 times to make them ready for our hummus. So I'm going to go do that now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have 2 cans of chickpeas that have been very well rinsed. If you were doing this from beans that you had cooked from dried, you would want 4 cups of chickpeas. Fun fact, the word hummus, I found this out as I was doing research for this video, but the word hummus actually means chickpeas in Arabic. Who knew? But anyway, so we're going to take our chickpeas and we're going to go ahead and put them into the blender. And then next, we're going to go in with 6 tablespoons of olive oil. By the way, if you're following along trying to get down the proportions, don't worry about trying to write everything down. I will put everything, all the ingredients, as well as the amounts on the screen at the end of the video. So that way you can just take a screenshot and have the recipe in one handy little place. But we're going to be going in with 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, next, we are going to be going in with our lemon juice. So I like to, here's a fun little trick. If you roll the lemon out before you cut it, that makes the juice come out easier. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that and then slice it in half. And then I have this fun little gadget, which I will link below. This is like the best citrus squeezer I think I've ever used. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I'm going to squeeze it into this dish. And we want a tablespoon of lemon juice. That works out to about half of a lemon. I'm just going to do that here. I've got a teaspoon here. That's 1, 2, and 3. So that's our lemon juice. Next, I'm going in with about 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 garlic cloves. I'm going to go ahead and smash these with the side of my blade because that will make them break up a little bit better in the hummus. All right. And then I have 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. If you're using regular table salt or kosher salt, you might want to increase that, but my salt's super potent, so I start with 3/4 of a teaspoon. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm going to start with a teeny amount because, as you know, we can always add spice as we go, but we can't really take it out once we put it in. So a little 1/4 teaspoon in there. And that is it. So I'm going to go blend this. This blender is super loud. So I'm going to go do that off camera and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we have blended. I actually blended this several times. It can take a few times through the processor to get it the consistency that you want. So a few tips on how to troubleshoot your hummus. So you see how it's a nice creamy, smooth texture. To get, if your hummus is a little bit chunkier than you want, you can add water. I added water just a tablespoon at a time until it got to the smoothness that I wanted. Now, let's taste it. That is yummy. All right, so a few tips on troubleshooting the flavor. So if you taste it and it's blander than you want, obviously you can add some salt, maybe a little bit more lemon juice. If you taste it and you find that you added too much cayenne pepper, a couple of things that can help you troubleshoot that is you could add some more lemon juice, or maybe a little bit like a 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of honey can counterbalance that cayenne. But just play around the flavors until you get it just the way you want. Okay, moment of truth. We asked a question at the beginning of this video. Have we ever wondered how much cheaper homemade hummus is versus the store-bought equivalent? So I have here a container. It had hummus in it as recently as this morning, but like I told you, my kids love hummus. So this is now an empty hummus container. But anyway, this is a 10-ounce container that was purchased at a local grocery store, and it cost $4.15. Here is my container of homemade hummus. So this is a 10-ounce container. This, I don't know how much this holds, but I think this is a lot more than 10 ounces. I'm going to say this is 20 ounces. And I only had to purchase 2 ingredients to make this hummus. I had to purchase the chickpeas and I had to purchase a lemon. Everything else I already had in my pantry. It cost me $3.01 to purchase those ingredients and make this big container of hummus. So $4.15 versus $3.01. So I told you earlier that I would list the ingredients and the amounts for this recipe right here. So you can go ahead and take a screenshot and have that recipe. If you do decide to try the recipe, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you like it, as well as what other recipe tutorials would you like to see on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.